We're also live on YouTube now.
Okay, I'll begin. Let the other people come in. Good evening, everyone. Aspire for Her welcomes you to the IBM Digital Certification Workshop in Principles of Visual Design with leaders at IBM. While rest of the people come in, I would like to know from where have you joined today? You could just enter your answer in the chat box. Oh, we have Samrat from KSSC. Hello. Hi. Oh, all of them I can see are from KS Straw.
You guys can also tell where you are located right now. Hi, Madhura ma'am is also here.
Hi, ma'am.
So glad you could make it.
Yeah.
I know, so am I.
But that changed my entire program for the day, Madhura, because I thought that was to extend and I came in at my own ease.
No, I think it is very exciting. Today's been a very good day for us. Loads of action some time back with our first ever cohort, which was with HSBC. And now we have our favorite college here.
Look at the numbers.
Very excited, very excited. So nice.
Hi, Vaishali ma'am, can you hear us?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Vaishali, good to see you.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, Vijita, ma'am.
Always good to see you.
Same here, ma'am. Same here.
So Mary ma'am is also here, Vaishali? I can't see her.
I just checked whether she has joined. Yes, she has joined, ma'am.
I'm there.
Hi, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. I was busy lecture and admission work. That's why I'm in the college. That's why I'm with the mask. There are people.
Okay. We can't see you though, ma'am. We can't see you, ma'am.
Yeah. I will on my video.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sitting with the mask because I am in the midst of so many people.
Thank you for taking the time out for this, ma'am.
I'm sitting in the lobby of the college.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Now we can see you properly.
So, Madhura, just to let you know, Mary ma'am handles grade 11th and 12th, and she is the force behind the strength that you see here.
Amazing. We're just completely, astonished to see the thirst actually in the college. I mean, frankly, I think this is all thirst for learning, which is translating into, this conversation. And it's so amazing. So amazing to see this.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
So I have a few icebreaker questions prepared. I will be launching them in the form of polls, and I would request everyone to please engage with it. I'll launch the first one. Is it visible? Can everyone see it?
Can you disable the chat box?
Yes, I was about to suggest, I think we should not give the unmute right to the participants. So far, we are speaking. It would be really great, ma'am. Otherwise, they will disturb.
I could hear some people speaking nonsense now.
Yes.
Please disable the mute and unmute.
Yes.
Yeah, we've done.
Okay, I will be ending the poll in 10 seconds. So please, everyone, given your answers. The question, I'll read out the question for our YouTube audience. Why are you attending this webinar? The options are to learn more about visual design, to hear more from IBM professionals, to be able to do better with the principles of visual design course, or all of the above. And I'm ending the poll right now. We have about 53% have chose the option all of the above, while 26% have chosen to learn more about visual design, 18% to hear more from IBM professionals, and the rest of the audience has chosen to be able to do better with the course. That's nice. You could also put in the chat box what courses you've already done from the IBM SkillsBuild platform. We would love to know more about that as well. Oh, someone is in Excel, Introduction to Data Science. PowerPoint. I can see a lot of answers. Python for data science. Blockchain. Wow, a lot of you have done different courses. Artificial intelligence. That's nice. This is really nice. Oh, someone is in cybersecurity as well. So a variety of courses everyone has done here. So I'll just launch the second poll. This would give me a better idea to know what you're currently studying. A lot of answers are coming in the poll. I will be closing the poll in 10 seconds now. And that's it. The question was, what are you currently studying? And the options were engineering, humanities, computer science, fine arts, fashion designing, graphic designer. And a lot of you have chosen humanities, which makes sense since most of the people here are from the K.S. Shroff College, which is an arts and commerce college. So yeah, and please bear with me. This is the last poll that I'll be posting right now. And it's up. The question is, what is your experience with visual designing? And the options given are, I am new to the subject and eager to learn. I have some experience through online courses or college courses. And the last option is, I'm an expert and have read or studied it extensively. Oh, a lot of, almost 90% till now have chosen I'm new to the subject and eager to learn. Well, you're at the right place. We'll be explaining everything about visual design today. So please look forward to it. And I'm ending the poll right now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for participating in all of these polls. Before we begin with today's session, I would like to give a short introduction about me. Good evening to everyone. My name is Isha Dandage. I am the Senior Ambassador at Aspire for Her, and I will be moderating today's session. So without further ado, I would like to start off this evening by welcoming all of you. And now I'd also like to welcome Ms. Madhura Das-Gupta Sinha, ma'am, who is the founder and CEO of Aspire for Her, an organization with the mission to change the diversity equation of our country. There's no better person to introduce what we do than ma'am herself. So I would request you to please introduce to the audience about AFH and share a little about the foundation. Over to you, ma'am.
You are on mute, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Isha. And it's an absolute pleasure to be here. And this is really a favorite college for us. So thank you so much for coming out today and showing what learning can actually do to change the trajectory of your career. Without the right teachers, without the right professors and guidance, as students, we do not know what lies outside the classroom. And kudos to Mary ma'am, kudos to Vaishali, who has been working with us for a while now, to show you a preview of what the world outside is all about, outside the four walls of your classroom. I won't talk too much about Aspire for Her because a lot of you already know Aspire for Her. But for those of you who don't, I want to tell you that as India, we stand very poorly in terms of women's economic participation in the workforce. We're in fact one of the countries that are absolutely at the bottom of the pile. Now, all of you are in class and all of you know that it's not a great thing to be bottom ranked in anything. And as a country, we certainly don't want that, which is the reason why all young women and men of India, we request them to be a part of Aspire for Her and to actually change the mindset, to change the motivations of women at work. How do we do that? We have 100, more than 100 in fact now, mentors and role models who help you show the way. We have learning opportunities like this one, where we actually bring in professionals from the field and absolutely fantastic courses from world-class institutions to tell you what is happening in the world of technology and in the world of and in the world of professional sciences outside. We bring in career previews. So if you actually see on our platform today, you will see a whole host of career previews from various top-notch organizations, and you will learn about what sort of careers you can pursue there once you finish college. We bring in a peer community. All of you here belong to a community which is learning together, which is growing together, and creatively solving problems for each other. Last but not the least, we have what we call the 3E model, wherein we try to introduce you to opportunities in employment, entrepreneurship, and education. And we have so many jobs. My colleague Ruchita is here. My other colleagues, Yashasvi, Sneha, some of them are here. There are so many job opportunities which come up on our platform every day, whether it's jobs, internships, volunteering opportunities, part-time, flexi-time. And we welcome the new generation to partake of all of those opportunities and to create an India which is truly outstanding, truly awesome, definitely not at the bottom of the pile in any metric. Thank you. With that, I hand over to Isha and let's take it from here.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I'd like to invite Dolu Mehta to introduce the college and faculty. Over to you.
Thank you. It's my honor to speak about my own college in front of this huge number of participants. Kandivali Education Society, a Fiona Education Trust in the western suburb of Mumbai, is imparting quality education over 7 decades. It runs 7 educational institutions with diverse courses catering to the needs of students from different strata of the society. Over 19,000 students have received quality education in the institution run by the trust till today. Kandivali Education Society, P.K. Shroff College of Arts and M.S. Shroff College of Commerce, KESSC, popularly known as K.A. Shroff College, was established in the year 1989. The college received the Best College 2017-18 award from the University of Mumbai and has recently been graded academic autonomy. It is accredited with A graded by NAAC in the second cycle, and it is an ISO 9001 to 2015 certified institution. KESSC has completed 30 glorious years, ignite the flame of academia, excellence, and imparting knowledge to more over than 9,500 students to equip students to face the ever-evolving corporate world. We follow the cafeteria approach, providing 15 undergraduate programs and 10 post-graduation programs. Our junior college offers students regular subjects along with the bifocal subjects such as banking and market. We as the students are trained with various workshops to enhance and equip them with new technology, literature, arts, cultural activity, etc. It feels proud to say that junior college has 100 results in both arts and commerce stream. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dalu. It's wonderful to have your college here today. Before I move on to introducing the speaker, I would request Yashasvi to introduce the IBM SkillsBuild platform and talk a little more about the course.
Sure. Thank you so much, Isha, and thank you everyone for joining in such great numbers. This is an absolute pleasure to see all of you here. I'm Yashasvi, and I am one of the core team members at Aspire for Her. I lead learning, and I would just like to take 2 minutes. I know everyone's very eager to hear from Shruti ma'am about design thinking and about the course itself. So I'll just take 2 minutes to give a very brief overview of what we're going to do today. So we partnered up with IBM back in 2020, and we've been encouraging our members and our supporters to take up courses that are present on the digital platform that was developed by IBM, which is originally called IBM Open VTech. Now they've recently renamed it to IBM SkillsBuild. Principles of Visual Design and Basic Principles of Visual Design is a course that very recently IBM started in partnership with Adobe. And design thinking, I think is a skill that all of us need to have some knowledge about these days. And so what we're going to be doing today is we have experts from IBM who will be talking about the course. This is a very short 3-hour course that we want all the students to complete today itself. So it'll just take 3 hours for you to go through the video content, go through the text content, and complete the very short assessments that are there as a part of the course. As soon as you complete the course, you will be getting a badge, a digital badge. It's a kind of a certificate from IBM itself. Now, what you can also do is you can add this digital badge to your LinkedIn profiles. You can also mention it on your resume. And what this is going to do is it's going to help you stand out among a pool of applicants when you're applying for an internship or when you're applying for a job in the future. That is how this course is going to help you. Also, we have a very exciting announcement towards the end of the session, which we want all the students to be there for. So please hang on, don't leave the call while we are discussing about the course, because there's a very exciting announcement and a very nice incentive that all students who complete the course will be getting. So over to you, Isha, now. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashasvi. So now, finally, the part everyone was waiting for. I would like to introduce our speaker for the day. Today, we have Shruti Srivastav with us. Shruti ma'am is a visual designer and a design thinker at IBM, currently based out of New Delhi. She holds a bachelor's degree in communication design from Symbiosis Institute of Design and a master's degree in visual communication from College of Art, University of Delhi. With 6+ years of versatile experience in visual design, design thinking, and design background, Shruti ma'am is passionate about elevating brand communication through the clearest and freshest visual forms. She loves to create design experiences, and her work is guided by a strong belief in using aesthetics as a problem-solving tool. Besides design work, she also excels at managing client and cross-team communication and working on illustrations and mentoring other designers. Shruti describes herself as a hustler in web, print, and digital visual experiences and strives to maintain a healthy work-life balance, with painting and yoga being her biggest stress busters. I welcome you, Shruti ma'am. Now, without further ado, let's hear about our distinguished guest's thought on how visual design is changing today's landscape, what future prospect it holds, and how the visual design course on the IBM SkillsBuild platform can be used by students as the first step in their designing journeys. In the meantime, I would request all the participants, feel free to put your questions in the chat box. Also, to the YouTube audience who's joined us, you can put in your questions in the chat box there, and there would be someone would address it. Shruti ma'am, before giving the floor to you, there's just the last poll that I will be putting up and we'll be done. I've launched it. For people joining now, I will again share the links. You could register using that. I've put the registration links and the course link up in the chat box. Please enroll, start registering. Thank you. I've ended the poll. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you so much, Isha. I hope you are able to hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. I'll be sharing my screen. Can you, okay, yeah, I got it. I hope you're able to see my screen.
Yes, it's visible.
Oh, perfect. So, hello everyone. My name is Shruti Srivastava and I work as a visual designer and a design thinker at IBM. I am super thrilled today to be speaking to all of you about my design journey and how all of you can accelerate your creativity through IBM certification. So, the place where I want to start is with this quote from Don Norman. He's an excellent designer and person to look forward to all the time. He says that design is really an act of communication, which means having a deep understanding of the person with whom the designer is communicating. So here's why it is actually very important to me. This particular principle has guided everything that I have done in my design career. He believes that if you're a true designer and if you're a true problem solver, if you approach design as a problem solving discipline and the directives come from human behavior, what people understand, what they will act upon, what motivates them, all of this, which is an understanding of why people react in a certain way. And things that people see, what all of us we visually see, it all informs our expectations and guides our actions. So if you understand that, if you understand this concept of a relationship of human behavior and the visuals, you will always understand the relationship between the correlation between the two elements, and you can apply that to anything you ever have to design, be it any kind of media, be it print media, web media, digital media, any kind of media. You can apply all these relationship concepts to those elements. Now, like I told you, I have followed this principle for nearly 8 years now. And it has taken me to, as you will see, from animation film design to visual design teaching to graphic design to UX UI design and now and to eventually visual design. And the learning path keeps on going endlessly. So I believe in horizontal learning. I believe in vertical learning. Learning is an infinite path and it will keep on happening. If we have to learn in our own domain, if we want to keep specializing into what we are doing, or we want to add on skills from different domains, it's always going to happen, and it is always going to add on to the learnings which we have. So keep that, keep the quote which we read before, keep that in your mind, and we will go through this. So when I have basically applied the same principles of a good design, which I learned back in college, and in wherever I have worked, those same principles have actually guided design for 100 of years. And stuff really hasn't changed. The elements, the principles, the basics of it have not changed since like hundred of years. And people will tell you that the rules have changed. You're going to see a lot of trending things and new things, but I'm going to tell you that none of it has. The principles and elements of a strong core design will always stay the same. Now, before we step on to design, I would like to help you all to differentiate between art and design. So the most fundamental difference between art and design is what we can agree upon is the purpose. So an artist creates the art to share that feeling with others, to allow the viewers to relate to it, to learn from it, be inspired by it. And the most renowned and successful works of art today are those who have established the very strong emotional bond between the artist and the audience. On the contrary, when a designer sets out to create a new piece, they almost always have a fixed starting point, whether it's a message or an idea or an image or an action. It can be anything. So there's a defined starting point always. And that purpose is almost always to motivate the audience to do something. It can be either to buy a product, to use a service, to visit a location, or to learn certain information. It can be any kind of actionable. And the most successful designs are those that most effectively communicate their message and motivate their consumers to carry out a task. Now, another difference between art and design is how the messages of each one of it are interpreted in their respective audiences. So if you see on the screen, art connects with people in different ways because it is interpreted very differently. For example, if you see on the left, you have the legendary Mona Lisa painting, which has been interpreted and discussed for many, many years. And for why is she smiling? And a lot of scientists say that it's an illusion which is created by our vision. Romantics say that she's in love. Skeptics say that there's no reason. So none of them are actually wrong. They're just very different perspectives and interpretations. But design is the opposite of that. So if your design communicates a message other than the one you have intended, and your viewer goes and does something based on the other message which you have not intended, it has not met its requirement. So with a good piece of design, the designer's exact message is understood by the viewer. Speaking from my personal experience, I'm also an artist and I truly understand and empathize with this concept, where to draw the line between usability and self-expression. So design is solving problems. It's not just drawing pictures or making things look pretty or improving things how they look. It does so much more than that. So although everything what we are going to talk about today is certainly very much visual in nature, but the visual decision which you make, the why of the work that you're doing, any kind of work, is based on a particular problem. It can be any kind of problem, and at the end you're always trying to solve a challenge. So good design is really not about the medium what you're working with. If it's on paper, if it's on laptop, if it is on any digital device or any outdoor media, print media, it's all about how hard you're thinking, what you want to do, and identify before you have started with the exploration. So while learning at colleges and working with different companies and teams and brands, I have always learned design as a problem solving discipline, which basically means that you're asking, does the design serve the purpose of its existence? Yeah, you have a lot of questions. Does it communicate a brand message? Does it inform somebody? Does it educate them? And what does it do aside from just sitting there and looking pretty? Then how should a design be perceived and received by the viewer, by the audience, by the person who needs to understand and interpret what we are delivering? Why does it a lot of questions, right? Why does it even matter to anybody? Okay, and that's actually a $1 million question which we ask all the time. And third, why do we even care? Why would anybody care? And how does it matter to users? How does it matter to the business? All these questions. So which all these questions which bring me to this, that which a statement which I have probably heard like 10,000 times, and that is, if you don't have a good solution, you don't have a good problem. And here's what that means. uh, you really cannot solve a problem until you're asking the right question, which is why when we have design thinking or we have problem solving sessions, you always tend to ask a lot of questions, because that is the point where you're going to actually understand what is the need of the user. So if you can't come up with a compelling solution, a good design, then it means that you haven't spent enough time figuring out what exactly it is that you're trying to accomplish with the design. Be it any kind of design, either if it is a newsletter or a movie poster or a user interface design or a shopping application which you're trying to create. Identifying what is it supposed to do, what is it supposed to do for the organization that you're putting it for in the first place, and how is it supposed to help the users. So a viewer, the participant, however you want to look at that, okay, what is it supposed to do? Again, only if it's supposed to be there and look nice, then it would be, hanging somewhere all pretty on a wall, and we all would just go and say that, wow, this looks so amazing. But that's not design. That's pretty much embellishment, decoration, and beauty, right? So as you will keep on hearing from me, these are very two different things. And what I want you to understand is that the principles of a good design are the same principles that dictate good visual design. And everybody, I think, out of all the people here, we everybody will have this idea that the world of digital design and applications and sites and systems, it's completely different than the world of traditional design. But I'm going to burst this myth right now that it is not, and it has never been true, because you always have the principles coming from a root, right? And the principles that we follow for good visual design, and wherever you will read in every article you're going to come across, they always come directly from the principles of good traditional design. So let's move on to the next slide. On this screen, you will be able to see a variety of logos. So all these logos, I'm sure you guys must be familiar with these. These are pretty famous logos. So you have Nike, McDonald's, Starbucks, Apple. So all these are very different from each other. So that's not just because brands only want to differ from each other. It is primarily because every brand has a very distinct personality. So there's always a brand message that they're trying to convey. There are colors and styles which are meaningful to the audience. There are certain fonts. There's typography, typefaces that send a very specific message or evoke an emotion around who they are. So all of these look very different for a reason. Now, if you see on the screen, you have a lot of interfaces available. So you have from the left, you have print, you have digital pieces like the one which you see on the top left corner, which is an Amazon homepage. On the right, you have Harry Potter book to Honda poster to labeling for a local craft brew to different ads, and there's restaurant branding, advertising, and business cards. So all of this, the principles are all the same stuff, to be very honest. And you think about what is it trying to convey, and you choose appropriate color schemes, fonts, images, etc., to send that particular message what you want to send, and you do it in a way that that particular expression is unique, so that it says something very specific to that particular brand, to the company, to that viewer, to the audience, to that user, whosoever is going to consume that data, consume that visual information. It should be keeping in touch with their characteristics and their perspectives. Now, you see on the screen, this is an excellent example of how color, contrast, and typography affect the emotional impact of design. So if you, so I want you to notice that the colors on the typography there, which you see on the right hand side, the name of the post, the name of the movie, and the metadata, all of those colors are actually picked from the image on the poster, from the Joker's image. So each one of those shades exist in that photograph. So this is how color schemes work in different terms of hierarchy, and it is organized in such a way that it brings the attention to the eye in the best possible way. Now, moving on to elaborating more on the concept of visual design. Visual design, to be honest, is simply, very simply stated, it is ideas which are made visible. And the outcomes of design, they can range from a presentation or an interface, if it's a AI interface, or or VR interface, or to a billboard. It can be anything. And an understanding of a good visual design, it helps you communicate with impact, whether it is in the classroom, for your family, for your friends, or for any kind of work or job or internship which you're doing. Design is something which is going to fall in your lap. It can fall into your lap at any point of time. And when you combine visual design, and you think about the user, think about who are you creating it for, design thinking, when you specifically think a lot about the user, you're going to have excellent results and very, very effective results out of it. Now, this course which we spoke about today, which everybody introduced, so this course is a collaboration of Adobe and IBM, which introduces you to the principles of great design, to basically enrich your creative skill set and deepen your visual design knowledge. And you will learn in this course, you will learn from a lot of experts in this field, and about the key concepts and elements and principles, and you'll think about the ways, where you can apply these design principles to your visual projects. And now I will take you guys through a video, rather than explaining it more. And it's a very, very interesting video which is created specifically, and it gives you an awesome or brief overview about the course.
When you understand the in this course, you'll learn the basic principles of design with Adobe, master color, contrast, proportion, balance, rule of thirds, and more, and learn to use them to create new things that communicate your message and express your own unique style. Whether you're making a poster, an image for social media, creating art, preparing a visual presentation, or producing a movie, when you understand the fundamentals of design, you can learn when to follow the rules, or when it's more interesting to break them. These short animated videos make design principles easy for anyone at any age to understand, featuring expert guidance and tips from creative professionals that will set you up for success.
You have to ensure that it's consistent, and you have to ensure that it will obviously mean something to your end users.
If you're a student, this course will help you nail any visual or creative project you're working on. If you're an educator, you'll hear from real teachers who have successfully integrated basic design principles into their courses and curriculum.
To make your projects relevant by bringing in real-world applications.
And access their teaching resources and lessons on Adobe's Education Exchange. Best of all, it's completely free. You have a unique, valuable, and creative voice and perspective. Now, learn to make it really resonate with design principles.
I hope you all had a brief overview about the course, and this is actually the course and how it looks like. I'm going to yeah, this is the skills build page, and you can find it on the skills build page. This is the course which we have spoken about. And you have a lot of topics in this course. You have visual emphasis, you have elements of design, you have principles of design, understand cohesion, consistency, rules, proportion, visual balance, all of these things together. And very interesting course for you all to understand and dwell deep into how we work at IBM, and how you can understand about visual design and apply it into your work, whichever work you're doing. And there are actually a lot of fun activities in the course. So for example, this creative type survey which you see here, this is by Adobe Create, and it's an exploration of many different faces of the creative personality. And this survey basically assesses your basic habits and tendencies. So how you think, how you act, how you see the world, to help you better understand who you are as a creative person. So think of 8 creative types as a starting point. You always belong to one or the other type, and there's probably one which describes you the best. But to be honest, you'll always have a little characteristics of all the 8 creative types inside you. So there are a lot of fun activities which are curated especially for you guys. And I hope this session today and the principles and all the concepts of visual design, they will be helpful for you in your next design endeavor. And I wish you a lot of success in everything you do, and very happy designing for the future. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Shruti ma'am. It was really an insightful session, and we discovered a lot about visual designing. I request the audience to put in their questions in the chat box if you have any, so that Shruti ma'am can answer them. Ma'am, before till the audience puts in their questions in the chat box, I had a question. So
Yes.
as you showed logos in your presentation, how important do you think a good logo with a good design for a logo is important for a company and its growth?
So you always have a face for everything, right? You always have an identity, and which is why the concept of naming something started. Yeah, and for you have a trademark, you have a brand name, and just like that, you have a visual identity to what you want to represent. Because to be honest, if you compare text and a visual identity, visual thing is very easily to absorb for the people. It gives a lot of understanding about the brand. So for example, if you start a new venture, and it's a startup for education, you want to convey to the audience what is the feeling of your company, what are the perspective of the company, what all you want to convey in like a very short space. But it gives a lot of visual impact to how people will relate to it. And also it also giving the identity, but it also helps recognizing the brand. So if you see that particular logo or an identity anywhere around, right, you know that this belongs to that particular company. So it helps in recognizing, it helps in being present for the people, and always helps so much more than text.
Thank you for answering that. There's one more question in the chat box from the audience. Anushka wants to know, what are the college courses for designing? So I think she wants to know, apart from this course, is there anything degree-wise available?
So is this, are you talking about the IBM courses, or any courses which are in colleges right now?
I think she's asking about the colleges one, apart from the one available in IBM.
Okay, so so communication design and visual design is segregated into a lot of sections. So you have graphic design, you have web design, you have user experience and user interface design, you have interaction design, design management, design psychology, strategy design. There's so many courses which are available. Even when you do the course, even if you visit this visual design course, you're going to have a lot of understanding of the profiles which you can work for, and it's varied into a lot of things, because visual design, to be very honest, is a club feature of a lot of design segments. So you can find it here also, but other than that, there's a lot of strategy, UX, UI, web, graphic, animation, interaction, all of these. So you will find all of these courses in the colleges right now.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to show the registration process in 5 to 7 minutes. It won't take long. Yashasvi, could you share the message again so that?
I think a lot of people are dropping off from the call. Maybe we could make the announcement right now so that people can know what we were talking about in the beginning. Isha, would you like to go ahead?
Yes. So the announcement that everybody has been waiting for. If you complete the course, that is this Principles of Visual Design course today, before the end of the day, you stand a chance to be a part of a lucky draw and win some amazing Amazon gift vouchers. So this is a huge prize that we had prepared for you. So I request everyone to please go enroll in the course and complete it by tonight to be eligible and be a part of the lucky draw. It'll just take you 3 hours. That is maximum 3 hours to complete the course. It's a very interesting course. You'll learn a lot. So please enroll right now. Yashasvi must have put in the message in the chat box. It has the registration link as well as the course link. I can also show you how to register for the course and on the platform to make it a little easier. I'll just share my screen. Is it visible? Okay. So as you can see in the message, the first link, that is the registration link, once you click on that, this is the website that would open. You can register through various accounts, but the easiest one is through your Google account or your Gmail ID. So just click on this. So this is the page that would open. It has a lot of courses. It might seem a little overwhelming at the start, so don't worry. That's the reason we have the course link, which is the second link mentioned below. Once you open this, the course would open. It would have all the topics that would be covered here. You can go through it one by one and understand what the course is about. Once you start this course, you will be taken to this page. It has all of these included, and they've also mentioned the time that it will take for you to complete, so that if you know you can complete it quickly. 15 minutes is not a lot of time. Once you complete this course, you will get your badge via an email in 24 hours. So don't worry if you don't get your badge immediately, it will be generated for you. So sorry, I just can't. Yeah. So yeah, this is the website called as Treadly. You need to sign in with your credentials and the badge will be issued here. This is how the badge looks like. You can use this badge and display it on your LinkedIn profile, as this would be very easy to showcase how you've completed the course. I can't ship. So this is Yashasvi's account. As you can see, you can put the course on your LinkedIn profile this way. I think that's a correct. You can directly put it from the website over here. And that is how your badge is shown on your LinkedIn profile. That's it. And stop sharing. I hope it's clear to everyone. You can use the links given and start enrolling in the course. So this marks the end of the session. I am so glad every one of you decided to join us today. I would request Ruchita ma'am to deliver the vote of thanks. Before she does that, a little about her. Ruchita ma'am has graduated as a topper with a bachelor's degree in electronics from Pune University. She started in the Cellular Network Planning and Development Division at Birla AT&T Communications Limited, which is now known as Vodafone Idea, with the distinction of being the first woman in the engineering department. After a long gap of 22 years, she staged a career comeback and joined a social startup focused on improving the diversity equation in India. She currently heads the alliances and partnerships that aspire for her. With a vision of getting more than 1 million women in the workforce by 2025, AFH is the bridge between college students and corporates that provide opportunities in many ways. Ruchita ma'am was also recently invited by the Women in Management Cell from IIM Bangalore, where her successful comeback was showcased as a case study to the students in their annual competition impetus. Ma'am inspires other women to challenge themselves and is a great example of how you can successfully return to work. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Isha. That was very kind and a wonderful moderation, I must say. Very well. Thank you, Shruti. We had a wonderful time understanding what is in the principles of visual design. Principal Lily ma'am, I don't know if she's there. Mary ma'am, Vaishali, Rajiv sir. All of you have been instrumental today in actually getting the students here. And this just shows how keen the management actually is in getting skills for all their students. And to the students, all I want to say is that, yes, you definitely have Amazon vouchers, but the badges which you earn are actually going to take you a long way. And just get started with the first one. And I'm sure you will find more and more courses that are interesting. Use this month very effectively to build your skills and showcase your badges, because as time passes by, these badges are going to still remain with you. That's all I have to say. And get learning. Get fast. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ruchita ma'am. So we've come to the end of the session. I hope everyone present here starts registering and enrolling in the course right now. I hope to see a lot of you earning badges and being eligible for the lucky draw. Mary ma'am, do you have something to say?
Yes, Mary ma'am, over to you.
Over to you.
Good evening. Good evening, ma'am. Happy to have all of you for this session. Whatever little we could do on behalf of the college, we have tried to do. And I'm sure all the students, particularly the learners, will take this opportunity and take it forward. Okay, thank you, Aspire, for all the support you are been doing to this institution. So on behalf of the college, we also extend our thanks to each one of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. It's wonderful to have you. Just a small thing. A lot of the audience has been asking me that they've already completed the course. Don't worry, your badge would be reflected in the next 24 hours and you would be eligible for the lucky draw, and you can showcase your badge in your LinkedIn profiles once it's here. So this, Yashasvi, you have something to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate that please register only through the link that we've shared, because that's the only way we'll get to know that you are a student of KES College, and if you complete the batch, we will get the information. So don't worry about how a sparrow will come to know. You just have to click on the links and you have to register and complete your courses. We will make sure that the information reaches us, and we will be announcing the lucky winners very soon. So there's time till I think tomorrow evening. You can complete the courses by then, since I know there are a lot of students. We will keep the deadline as tomorrow 5 p.m. and we will share the details of the winners announcement ceremony very soon with Mary ma'am and Vaishali ma'am, and all the students will be invited to the winners announcement ceremony as well.
There was one more part actually, Yashasvi. It is that college.
I need to add a line over here that this is actually a collective effort of the entire college, ma'am. Rather than giving the credit to me and Vaishali, I feel that the credit must be given to all the teachers and to all the students. Without the support of our teachers and the students, this program cannot be successful. So it is not me and Vaishali alone, it is the entire staff.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely. You are there to guide them and move ahead. It is the support of the teaching, non-teaching staff, the students as well. And we've missed out actually announcing one part is that the college with maximum number of badges also gets a special prize. So that is something that we missed.
Thank you for sharing this, ma'am.
With this, we've come to the end of the session. Thank you so much, Shruti ma'am, for sharing such amazing insights with us and being with us here today. I would also like to thank all of the audience for joining us today. You were a wonderful audience. We hope to see you next time. We would like to conclude the session by thanking our speakers from IBM, Madhura ma'am, Ruchita ma'am, and all of the teachers from KESSC and the AFH team for helping us organize such an amazing workshop, and also for the opportunities that you bring us every day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Lovely, Isha. Thank you, Vaishali. Always good to see you.
I am really happy, ma'am. It's so long seeing you because
No,
I
because
I really troubled Ruchita ma'am a lot. I think for last 1 week I am calling her in day and night actually, and it's really when you see that our talk is really fruitful when the number of students have joined, when they actually will do this course and they will earn the badges and they will mention in their CV that yes, they have completed this course for under IBM. So then it really makes really makes sense for me.
Absolutely, for us as well. And Mary,
Yes.
ma'am, I know you did point out that it is obviously not only you and Vaishali, but a whole host of
Yes.
teachers, faculty, the entire
Collective
force
effort.
of KESS is behind this, and we can see that. Believe me, we can see that, and we are so proud and happy to be part of this movement of yours as you expose new frontiers and broaden horizons of the students. This is also a very special moment and a very special relationship for us, ma'am. So thank
So
Yes,
you.
we
thank
are,
you
ma'am,
so
and
much
I'm
for
really
this
planning
program.
something with Ruchita, ma'am, for next month for September. If we can go for some entrepreneur or your new
Lovely.
endeavor, that was really
Yes,
exciting, ma'am. So we will definitely do something in this regards.
we will work on that as well. That
Yes,
that
yes, ma'am.
sounds lovely. Sounds lovely.
Yes.
And to our team as well, Isha, Yashasvi, Sneha, everybody who's worked on this, big shout out. We always try to ensure that we bring in, great content to our partner institutions, and so happy that it worked out so beautifully in this one. A very special day for us. Very special day for us. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ruchita. Thank you, team. Thank you, everyone.
There's one thing which I just want to. There's one question.
Shruti, yes.
There's one question in the chat which Shruti Tendulkar is asking, so I would like to answer that question. So she has asked, how do we decide what will be our cohesiveness maintaining factor to make all the efforts in the design? Shruti, to respond to your question. Cohesiveness, yes, it's very important to maintain in any kind of visual design which you're creating, and it has a lot of segments to it. So you have a behavior segment. For example, when you go to a website and you have those small navigation icons which are mostly situated on the left, on the right hand side, which is search. You have cart and similar behavior icons, right? So this is how you club things together which have similar kind of behavior. Then colors and typography and maintaining a color palette using a mood board can help you in visual cohesiveness and creating that typographical and visual balance. So all these you will understand when you go to the course. You will have a lot of principles which talk about alignment, balance, behavior, and all these things. So that is how you can make your design and the components in the design glued together, and they do not scatter from each other, and they speak to the audience all together. Thank you.
I have learned a lot from you today, and both your presentation and your journey through the presentation was amazing. So I consider myself as completely non-creative, but today I think you opened my eyes a little bit, and lovely to have you on the platform. Lovely to have you on the platform today.
Thank you so much, Madhura. Design is something which everybody honestly can use, and very basic design senses. I think we all should have, even while creating a presentation, right? Which I think everybody is going to do in their careers. Whatever they do, whatever career profession they choose, is going to be there. So yeah, it really helps, and I hope that this design principles course is really going to help you out forward. Thank you
Oh,
so much.
wonderful. I loved your presentation, the look and feel of the presentation as well, So you truly walked the talk, and, I will come to you for tips, okay? So,
In fact, Madhura, she is with us for another session also, where we are going to have Shruti. So once
fantastic.
again, we are all going to get to learn the fantastic creativity.
Fantastic, because this is so good, and she's right. Everybody requires it, right? So yes, Shruti, please count me in as your student, and I will come to you to learn to do this better.
Sure, always.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being a part of this.
Just before we sign off, there's one small announcement. The person with the highest number of patches will also stand a chance to win a prize. So please also keep that in mind. I'm waiting for everyone to start registering for the course. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Isha. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.